I'm currently sitting at the Petrola Redwoods National Park little eating area. I am going to give you guys a quick update on my life and everything, because the last time I posted a video was before I started Minerva. Minerva was actually a lot of work, and I didn't really have time to video, and then I just kind of got out of practice. For those of you who don't know what Minerva is and are new to this channel, I am attending a very new and alternative type university. It's accredited, it's legit, but it's 100% study abroad. So every semester we are in a different country. The first year is in San Francisco, or supposed to be. I did it remotely because of COVID. But this fall I'm going to Seoul, South Korea. Take these off my head. I'm really looking forward to Seoul. It's going to be great. The first year of Minerva was awesome. I really like how they have the curriculum where everyone takes the same curriculum the first year. It allows everyone to get exposed to a variety of topics. I did things that I wouldn't have previously done, or I wouldn't have normally chosen to do, like ethics. So it was great, and I got to meet a bunch of cool people, and everyone is from all over the world. Like this university attracts people from like all kinds of different countries. So between my last video and now, some things that happened. Well, for one, I moved out of my fancy Boston apartment. I actually moved to a little beach town in New Hampshire called Hampton Beach, which was gorgeous. I lived right on the water. I have never lived that close to the beach before. It was super cool. It snowed a bit during the winter, but I'm all for the snow. Like growing up in Texas and never having snow, I don't think I feel like I could get enough snow. I know I probably could eventually, but right now there could not be too much snow. And then at the end of the semester, at the end of the spring semester, I decided to go on a big trip for the summer. So my mom came up, helped me move out of the apartment, and then we flew back to Arkansas, and then I spent a bunch of time just like visiting people. I visited my dad, my aunt, some friends in Houston, and then I rode the train back to Arkansas, and my mom and I drove to California, which is where I am now. I am getting the RV fixed, which is why I'm still in California, and then I personally, by myself, am going to drive to Oregon to my grandmother's house, and I'm going to try to sell the RV. So if anyone wants an RV, let me know. So my original plan was to just do the first year of Minerva. I was part of something called the Visiting Scholars Program, which is basically they accept us for just the freshman year, just the core program. But I loved it so much, I decided to apply and do the whole thing. So I was accepted, and now I'm an official M24, which is what they call people who graduate in 2024. And I will be doing computer science. So looking forward to that. On the business side, really didn't do anything when I was actually in school. I was very busy, so I didn't have much time to do things. I ended up getting an internship at a company called Map, which I'm actually wearing their shirt. Cool company that is based in San Francisco, but actually is operating in multiple cities. Essentially what it is they have a map that shows the vibe of different places. So like you might have a place that's like chill, or might have a place that's trendy, that sort of thing. So you can search the map based on what vibe you're interested in. So yeah, I'm doing computer stuff for them. I'm programming, that kind of thing. This year though, I am going to need to make more money than just working for VibeMap, or I'm not going to have enough to pay for my tuition. So yeah, but one major lesson that I learned this past year is how I just need to stay true to myself. Like most of my business ideas are chasing what I think is good for the market, which, you know, is common advice in the business world, but it's not for me. I have certain interests and certain things that I want to give to the world, and I just need to do those regardless of anything else. Like obviously I need to make them as marketable as possible, etc. But I need to be true to what I want to do. So I've decided to pivot my company a little bit, and I'm going to be focusing on two things. One is tool creation. Now I'm a tool geek. I like making tools to help me with stuff like automating things online, automating things on my computer, automating stuff, automating my to-do list, that kind of stuff. Car's about to drive by. The fun part of a 360 camera. I can show the whole thing. All right, and the second thing is personal empowerment, because I'm really big into learning to believe in yourself and learning to believe in your life and to figure out the path that you are meant to walk. And that's my other big interest. And honestly, these go together really well because tools are a gateway to personal empowerment. Once you have the ability to make a tool that can do something and not be dependent on other people's tools, like, you start to realize that you can make things in the world. You can make changes in the world. The world can work the way you want it to. It might take some effort, but you have agency in the world. And for people who don't feel like that, learning to build tools is like a stepping stone in that direction. So that's kind of where I'm going with this. But I'm going to offer two things. The first thing I'm going to offer, which is going to be my initial product, is something I'm currently calling Purpose Camp, but it's probably going to get a different name. But basically, it's a program that helps you figure out what your purpose is. So what do you want out of your life? And how can you make those things happen? So it's going to be a 12-week program. I'm going to offer a self-paced version and then a live in-person version. Probably offer the live in-person version first because it's a lot easier for me to just set up. But I'm really excited about this program because it's something that I have initially put together for myself, and then I started sharing it with some of my classmates who then really liked it and are going through it and really loving it. And I'm like, this needs to be out in the world. So that's going to be product number one. And then the second product is going to be a how to build tools product that basically teaches intricacies of just making really quick scripts and tools and automation. You don't have to be an expert coder to learn how to make automated tools. Some of them are actually really, really straightforward. And you can actually learn to program by learning how to build tools. I learned how to program by learning how to build Django websites. I never actually learned how to program. I'm just I'm going to build this website, and I just kind of did it. And then every step of the way, I just Googled, how do you do this step, and follow the instructions. And if you do that enough times, you'll realize you no longer have to look things up. So that's kind of my philosophy with coding. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to offer as far as the tools go. I'm also planning on releasing some of my own personal tools. I don't know if they're all going to be very polished, but I want just to put them out into the world. I'll probably do this with Patreon. So for people who are supporting me on Patreon, I'll release a new tool. I don't know how many often, once a month, twice a month, something like that. So I am setting up Patreon. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm planning to go with this. So if you want to follow my journey, if you're interested in either of these topics, subscribe. I will be trying to post weekly YouTube videos starting now. And yeah, we'll see where this takes us. My next video, hopefully, is going to be a vlog of my trip. I just went across country. We drove from Arkansas to California, and then I've been hanging out with a bunch of... Whoa, bug. Go away. I drove from Arkansas to California and have been hanging out with a bunch of my classmates in California. And we've been doing cool stuff, like coming to Petrola Redwoods National Park. So, oh yeah, stay tuned for that. It should be coming out soon. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Cheers.